is the Whole Food Revolution team. I'm Ronit. I am a life coach.
And I'm Dr. Nelum. I'm a GP.
And today we're going to talk about a challenge that a lot of people have. They just don't have any idea how to plan. They think how to plan meals.
A meal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, how do I do this? I'm not using the exact same things that I've used before. Where am I going to find recipes?
Yes.
And they look for recipes and they don't have any ideas. Like, okay, what am I going to make for dinner?
Feel overwhelmed
Yes,
with the thought
exactly.
of it.
I know people that call their partner and say, okay, what are we doing tonight? Like, what do you want me to cook tonight? It's like, it's very hard to make a decision of
Yes.
what do you make tonight. And we want to make it very simple for you. We think it's a lifestyle attitude change that it'd be great if you can make it, because it will simplify your life. We need it simple, you know.
It's all about simplicity. Yes. So
What can we do?
So Ronit, one of the things that I always now tell my patients is the first thing when you're trying to plan your create a plate, the first thing you ask yourself is what protein and how much.
Okay.
And that could be eggs, it could be chicken, it could be fish, vegetarian protein, whatever it is. That's the first question, because protein is the most important in terms of keeping you full, and it is so nutritious. So what protein, how much? Because you do need to make sure that you're having enough protein, and then you put vegetables, salad, a nice rainbow of kind of plant foods.
Yeah.
And a little bit of healthy fat. So butter, olive oil, olives, cheese, cream, whatever it is that that goes into that. That's it. That's all you need to do to create your plate.
So just think about it this way. It is proteins, vegetables in all formats of vegetable. The more colors, the better it is. And then healthy fats, which you could use the healthy fats when you're cooking, for example,
Yes.
the meat or the eggs
or you can kind of saute your vegetables in butter or something like that.
So you can, it doesn't have to be separate. It can be included in the meal. Now, several things we want to say about this thing. The list of proteins is limited. Like, honestly, if you just write down the list of what are the protein types.
And sometimes people also don't eat every single protein.
Exactly.
So you know what you're going to be eating.
Yeah, you prefer chicken, go for chicken. You prefer eggs, go for eggs. You prefer tofu, if you're eating plant-based, go for that, okay? But make a list of all those things. So you'd say, okay, I'm picking from this thing what I want to eat today. Do you want to talk quantities a little bit?
Okay, so yes, that is really important, because protein, most people, well, I would say 90% of women in particular are only getting about a third of their protein requirement. So protein, we need to be getting, for most women,
average,
about 100 grams of protein. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make is think that 100 grams of protein food is the same as 100 grams of protein.
Yes, so 100 grams of chicken
is
not 100 grams of protein. I want you to understand. It only has about
28 grams of,
which is a lot, by the way.
Yes.
Chicken breast
is probably,
is the wonderful.
But usually the protein quantity is about a fifth to a third of the actual amount of because the most abundant ingredient in protein foods is water. So it's just realizing that the amount of so you need to actually have enough protein within that day to keep yourself full and to meet your nutritional requirements. So basically, on average, we say 30 to 35 grams of protein in the morning, for lunch, and for dinner is the requirement.
For men? as well?
For men, a little bit higher, about 120 grams. So
In total?
yeah, and it depends on your build. How it's not to do with your weight; it's to do with your build, how muscular you are, and how active you are in terms of how much will you burn, and in terms of strength training and things like that.
Just for you to understand, Nelum keeps saying 3 eggs. Every time you eat eggs, make sure you eat 3 because 3 of them are only 20 grams of protein.
So it's not enough. It's not enough for breakfast, for instance. So it's really important to know to know how much protein is in the protein foods you're having.
Yes.
So that's why. So and the other thing, Ronit, I think we have to address is people talk about serving sizes,
Yes.
and they think that a serving size is all they should be having. But we talk about, we're not really Whole Food Revolution. We don't do weighing, measuring, counting calories. We don't do any of that. But we do use just our hands to measure, just to give you an idea. So a protein serving is cooked meat the size of your palm. And so it's just an approximate. So if you had cooked chicken breast the size of your palm, that will give you 28 grams of protein. That's an approximate 100 grams of cooked chicken. So you might need 2 of these servings, or
maybe
1.5,
more, or maybe more.
Yeah. So that serving size is just so that we have a reference, a unit, so that we know when I'm talking about protein and Ronit is talking about protein, we are talking about the same thing. So yeah, that's a really good point, Ronit.
Well, so just remember, you need proteins. Make a list of all the protein stuff, and then take a list and make all the vegetable stuff. In our way of eating, we try to avoid the starchy one. So
the above ground starchy.
Yes.
Sorry, the below ground root vegetables.
Exactly. So it's potatoes,
sweet potatoes.
But hey, if you're moving into a healthy eating, if there will be a mix of them, not a problem.
Yeah.
If there'll be the majority, a bit of a problem. Potatoes and corn and
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have a list of vegetables, and then you have a list of fats. But they also,
I mean, there's only a limit. Yes,
just like what
healthy fats. So this is really important to differentiate between the not healthy fats, and the not healthy ones are the ones that are made in factories, that are in processed foods. So anything with industrial seed oils or vegetable oils are really toxic to our body.
Yeah, and if you want, you can go to our website or go to our other videos explaining a little bit about the fat. But if you make a list, you have a list of proteins, you have a list of vegetables that are really, really good, and then you have a list of healthy fat. And I have a suggestion for you that within 5 minutes, you can get all the meals that you can think of, ideas. So you put that list in ChatGPT and you basically say, can you please give me a meal plans for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner that has about 35 to 40 grams of protein. And I actually did that. And can you please write next to it the number of protein so I know what it was? Can you give me 50 for breakfast, 50 for lunch, 50? Now, if there is something in your list that you don't like, take it out and just put only the things that you like, put them in. And sometimes you can actually go to ChatGPT and say, oh, I like this one. Can you give me the recipe as well? It'll give you the recipe as well. So really stop looking for recipes. You need to stop making them. And if we talk about this list, I just said 50 and 50 and 50. But the truth is that we've learned that humans use the same
meals
again and again.
In the working week, I mean, you're not going to be creating new recipes the whole time, right? So I think, what do we say, about 30?
30, yeah, we've heard a guy that says that 30, if you stick to your 30 meals that you really, really like, you'd be great, because we keep repeating them in different variations. So it's the same, like if I do eggs, it's the same recipe, I just add different spices, but it's the same one. So you can do variations on the same meal, which is not a problem. So the options are endless. Now, the only reason I'm telling you that worked, you can also give it a message to include 5 different vegetables or 7. Do you remember this slogan that 7 a day?
Yes, but that is a complete myth, Ronit.
That we need 7?
The 5 a day. Yes.
No, well, what I'm saying
but
is
any
But why am I saying that to you? Because my niece and nephews, they were young, and I spent some time with them, and I wanted to encourage them to eat healthy food. So I told them that it's a story that I told them, which is, by the way, it's really, really true, that when they sit down to eat, they need to look at the plate and count colors.
Yeah. Okay.
And the more colors they have on the plate,
and different shades as well.
Yeah. Shades is it's considered a different color. Yes, it's a good question, because they did ask that question. So it can be yellow for one thing and then a yellow for another thing. It's totally different. So capsicum yellow, corn yellow, it's 2. It's considered 2. And I said to them that the gut bacteria in your tummy, each of them basically enjoys eating something different. So the more colors you have, the more of them working and building your gut and distributing nutrients into your body. So that's what we did. Like the whole time I spent time with them, we would sit down for dinner and then we'd start counting. And then when someone knew that you didn't have enough, then they would just take a teaspoon of peas, teaspoon, just to make it more colorful. And I was like, cool. If that would work for you, do it. It's actually true. I needed something simple to explain to young, very, very young children.
And this is how parents can do this, could get their children. It could be a bit of fun at the dinner table.
So when you go to ChatGPT, try to include a variety of food, and
So just what did we have last night, Ronit, for dinner?
Well,
we had 3 lamb chops.
Yes.
And we had some pumpkin.
Yeah, we had pumpkin.
Yeah. And then we had sauteed carrot, mushrooms, spinach. And we had a creamy sauce.
Yeah.
And so it was so easy. We made this at home.
But it was honestly, it was very easy. And for all those people that says, "Oh, it takes a long time," it's actually not. Like I think Nelum and I, we're very much
quick and easy.
Let's do it fast.
Well, we don't have a huge amount of time, so I think.
Yeah.
Well, even if I had time, I probably won't spend too much time cooking.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
No, but if you put something, we put something in the fryer, and then the other one was cutting, and I was like, what I mean? It's like
quick.
It didn't take much. We call it, fast and easy, and it can be very, very tasty if it's fast. So hey, no excuses. If you're saying to yourself things like, "Oh, it's going to take a long time, I don't have any ideas," stop it.
Yeah,
you do. You can get ideas easily.
These are excuses. So I think it's really good to get back into the kitchen and to learn for yourself, because once you start putting these things together, it's so easy, isn't it? Really.
And one of our clients, she was brilliant, Diana. She basically, what she did is, when she figured out a combination that works really, really well, like it has about 35 grams of protein. So what she did is she took photos of those plates. So whenever she needed another idea, she basically, so it's almost like you're creating your own menu.
Yes. Because
You
then
have
she
a
just,
photo.
yeah, she then doesn't have to constantly be thinking about it. She just says, oh, okay, that one had, that's what I need to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was a tasty one. I'll make it. So make your own menu and eat well and nourish yourself. Colorful, colorful, colorful.
All right. Bye.
Bye.